Okay. Before we look at the site, I got a couple of questions I wanted to ask you. First off, I don't know what your occupation is. What do you do?
I'm a paralegal.
Oh, okay. This is right up your alley then. Um,
Yes.
uh, what do you do all day as a paralegal? Are you,
Um,
you know,
well, I'm. Uh, that's a good question. My current duties, my bosses like to treat me sort of as the person who puts out fires. When
uh,
they need something to be done right away, they hand it to me. Um, so I typically, when I'm not doing whatever my bosses need me to do at that moment,
mm-hmm,
um, we have a personal injury practice,
mm-hmm,
and um, I work on things like demands and whatever the I'm part of the litigation team
mm-hmm,
for doing personal injury cases. Um, I'm also involved with probate
mm-hmm,
cases, so I file a lot of probate documents, and my boss does a lot of contract work.
mm-hmm.
So I'm doing everything from working on commercial leases to litigation involving contract disputes and things like that.
Okay. So, have you put together exhibits packages for courts before?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Um, yeah, what do you think? How many? I mean, just a rough estimate. How much time do you figure you spend using the internet, including working at home? Just a wild guess, say per day, per week.
um, well, I always have the internet up when I'm working, but
Mm-hmm.
that's internet, that's email, that's our case management software,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm doing research out on whatever I need to do research out on, filing documents with Odyssey file or looking up NRS statutes, things like that. So,
Right.
and then at home, I use it quite a bit as well because I do um, a lot of writing and research, particularly involving historical stuff.
Right.
And so I'm searching old newspaper files for original research and
You're
things
a
like
history
that.
detective.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
So um,
Okay.
I'm trying to. A lot of the stuff I do is I track down old criminal cases and that are interesting, and then write about them, or
That is interesting.
you know,
Very
working on
good.
putting together a podcast, and I have a blog, and so
Nifty.
yep. So
So you're on a lot.
yes,
Well,
I'm.
you're quite familiar with
Yeah, I'm.
everything we're using. Um, okay. Well, you know what? I'm going to ask you if you wouldn't mind. Would you click on Magic Exhibits over here
Mhm.
and bring us to our homepage? And when it pops up, I'm going to ask you, what does it look like you're looking at? Tell me what you make of it, what strikes you about it, whose site do you think you're on, what can you do with it? Just look around and tell me what you think about it.
All right. Well, I mean, it looks like it's a Magic Exhibits site. I see at the top you've got Make Exhibits Package, PDF tools, and pricing. There's also a thing for signing in
Mm-hmm.
uh, someone who has an account. And then you've got some very obvious icons. Uh,
What does the hat one look like to you? What does that
well, it
mean?
looks like a magician's hat, but instead of a
Mm-hmm.
rabbit's ears coming out, it's paper clips, like for documents.
Awesome. And I
So,
think the wrench is kind of obvious with
yeah,
that
the
one.
wrench is pretty obvious
It's
that
like a,
it's for tools.
yeah, very good.
Pretty standard.
Okay. All right. I'm going to ask you to do some specific tasks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read each one out loud, and I'm going to give you a printed copy. Each task can be done using our software alone, except one that involves using Word, which obviously you would know how to use. But I'll walk you through that part because we're not testing Word. We're testing our software. I'm going to ask you to do these tasks without using search or any other outside programs. Everything you need to do is visible right here on this machine right now. Um, we're going to learn a lot more about how the site works that way if we just stick to our program. And again, I'm going to ask you as much as you can, think out loud while you're doing this. Um, I'm going to read the first scenario to you. You need to prepare a number of photos to be used as an exhibit in a court case by combining them into one single PDF file. There's a folder on the desktop with all the files needed. Please combine them and call the picture or call the files pictures PDF. And here it is in writing.
Okay. Well, I'm going to click on the Make Exhibits package, and so the output, I'm clicking on the little down arrow there, and output file name is supposed to be, nope, not used to the keyboard.
It is a tiny keyboard. I
keyboard.
apologize for that. I stole it from a small child. Literally.
Pictures dot. Oh, and that'll automatically put in the PDF. And let's see, we're going to make them US 8.5 by 11. Doesn't say to do that, but that sounds. And since these are an exhibit court case, we do want to resize them. And so I'm going to go on to the next item, which is additional pages. Do I want a contents page? Where photos be used? Yeah, I'm going to want a contents page. And times 14 point, link contents entries to exhibits. Okay, yes, I see that. I'm assuming that once that happens, that once you have a PDF, if you click on that item in the contents page, it will link you to that page in the exhibits. Add divider pages, times 36 points, exhibit 1, 2. That seems fairly standard. And prefix exhibit, I'm going to change this to, okay, so there are exhibits, okay. Number format, and Bates numbering. This is the thing I really like about this system. And so we've got 4 digits in the prefix, so that'll be 0001 to start with. And a prefix, do I have a case number here? No. So normally I would want to put like a case number or something. Helvetica bottom right, 1 inch.
I'm going to refer you back to the instruction for a second.
Okay.
You need to prepare a number of photos to be used as an exhibit.
Ah, okay. So it's going to be 1 exhibit. And then, so
there you
we
go.
do combine them first. So, and, oh, this also removes Bates stamps. How nice. So,
And security, too.
yes. So, or draw, oh, okay. So you can do it either this way, or you can do it as a drag and drop. So let me try the drag and drop, because that's usually better. You just drag it right there then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, okay. And we're going to call this.
The instructions say pictures PDF.
I see I was getting ahead of myself here.
Well, you found your way back. You're good. Like I said, everything helps us. Every misstep or misdirection, it means we have something to work on.
Okay.
Okay, what have you got right now here?
So I've got something called Pictures PDF.
Mm-hmm. Fabulous. And you have combined them and called that the correct name.
Mm-hmm.
So now I have a new set of directions. It's a lot longer, so I'm going to read a
Okay.
piece at a time to you. Now that the Pictures PDF file is completed, there are a number of other documents
Okay.
that need to be combined along with the one you just made into one exhibits package. There's a folder on the desktop containing the files you need. Would you go ahead and begin to make that exhibits package for me?
Does it say what the exhibits package needs to be named?
The exhibits package can be exhibits PDF.
I'm a better typer than this, actually.
Well, I got you on the wrong keyboard though. It's about 30% smaller or so.
Okay, resize exhibit pages if needed. That's good if we're working for photos. Does this automatically rotate photos? Something to think think about. Okay.
Yeah, not a question I can answer right now.
Okay. So like contents, add divider pages.
And again, I'm going to refer you to the directions. It says, not the picture file or the pictures PDF files completed. There's a number of other documents that are exhibits needing to be combined with it into one exhibits package.
Okay. So, we'll drop your exhibits here.
I have a special request now that you have a package there.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rearrange the files so pictures PDF is the last in the group?
Okay.
I'd like that to be at the very end.
Okay, so pictures. And there we go. Expecting this to move down. Is there how many? Is there 9? Yeah, so that goes down to the bottom. I think.
Let's snuck back up somehow.
I think it's still converting some TIFFs.
Oh, okay. You know what? I jumped the gun. I should have waited for you. My apologies.
Okay, there. Now it's down at the bottom.
Very good. It did it anyway. Must be a great software designer behind this. Next thing on the task is to download the exhibit list, exhibits contents .docx to the desktop. Here's where we're going.
Now, yeah,
Actually,
so
we're not using the desktop. We ended up in this
Okay.
folder. But what I'd like you to do is open that exhibits list or exhibits contents. And you can see we have a table. I'd like you to copy the table for me.
Okay.
And if you, are you a Windows user or a Mac user?
Well, I've worked on both, but lately I've been using a lot of Windows. So.
Yep. Click on the page there for me. If you put there, see that little plus? If you click on the plus, it actually highlights just the table for you.
Okay.
Very convenient. And then you can write Command C it. Okay. Now I'd like you to open the cover letter over here on the desktop and paste that table in down where it says to paste table here in red.
Okay.
Okay. And go ahead and save that for me.
Okay.
And the next direction on here says save the cover letter to the desktop as cover letter docx. Add the cover letter with the table in it to the exhibits package.
I know I'm anticipating here, but come on.
That's okay. It worked last time. Like I said, you can't break it. And if you do, we thank you.
There we go.
Bam. Look at that. Okay. Now I'd like you to, the next direction down here says, create the exhibits package, exhibits PDF, and save the package to the desktop, actually over here. It's still working. It's got.
Yeah. I think that was what threw me the last time, is I didn't have anything showing me.
Yeah. And we're going to save that, and that should appear right there, exhibits PDF. Let's go ahead and open exhibits PDF and take a look at it, see what it looks like inside.
Okay. So the first problem I see here is this says exhibits 1 in front of the actual cover letter.
Okay, so the cover letter got mixed in with the contents?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Yeah, see, I wouldn't want the exhibit 1 to be here.
Okay. Well, there is a way to fix that, and I'm going to say go ahead and close the PDF file for now,
Okay.
and close that, and we'll stay on the desktop for a minute here. Okay. If you scroll through the page, tell me, do you see something that would have helped you just now?
Well, no, wait a minute.
When you were back in the part when you were adding the cover letter?
Oh, add cover.
So, you
so
know what we could
if
do?
I take this out.
Okay. Oh, that's loan agreement here.
Yeah.
All right. It looks like is it working? No. Okay.
And then desktop and
cover letters, third one down.
there we go.
Now, where it's next direction here says use both cover letters.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm going to direct you to create the exhibits package again. And save it, please. It should appear as Exhibits 1. Let's open Exhibits 1 and see what that looks like. Okay, now that looks right.
Yeah.
And as we scroll, we should see that table that you cut and pasted. There we go.
Yeah.
And then we should see the table again all by itself.
And then we start with the exhibits.
And there's our Bates numbering. Okay, very good. Okay, well, you know, I'm going to be a typical boss. Now that you have solved my problem for me and kept me from catching on fire and burning, I'm going to tell you I want to change it. I don't think the exhibits look right numbered. So let's go ahead and close that PDF file and go back to our program here. I think I would like to change it to alphabetic numbering, or well, lettering. I don't want them numbered. I want them A, B, and C. Let's go back and change those. And you know what? Also, the Bates numbers are too long. It bugs me that there's so many zeros in front of it. But I just want to see 2 digits, and I hate blue. I'd like to see red. That way I can find them on the page real easy. And then we'll create a new package.
Okay. So let's see here. And so we're going to take off and color. Make them red. Oh. There we go. And let's see. 2 digits, make them red. Exhibits package. Exhibits 1 PDF. Okay. Let's see if that works.
And let's go ahead and save it again. And open it again. We're down here in this one.
Sorry. And there we go. So this is now Exhibit A, Oh, that only has one digit.
No, it's two.
It's two.
It's
Oh,
two.
okay.
01, 02 is two digits.
I was thinking
Two
you got
places.
2 liter. Okay, 2 places. Okay, yeah, sorry.
And can we scroll back up just a wee bit and let me look at, is it Exhibit A? Okay,
Mhm.
that's what I wanted. Fabulous, but I'm not done being indecisive yet.
Okay.
Can we?
There's one thing that
Go
I
ahead.
want to mention here.
Sure, please.
When I was changing this,
Mm-hmm.
it's right in front of me right here that this was the color change,
Uh-huh.
but I didn't immediately see that. So like in Word, for example, when you're changing color, I don't know, it just seems more intuitive.
Okay.
But when I was looking at it, it looked just like a blue box.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't immediately stand out to me as, I was looking around. So maybe something just to. That's just my feedback that I had a hard time identifying that this was a button to press.
Would a label?
A label might be
Okay.
helpful. Of course, once I get used to the system, won't need a label, but
No. Okay. Again, I still want to be indecisive about this.
okay.
I've decided I want to go back one more time and rename those exhibits to disclosures. And also, let's rename the whole package to disclosures PDF. Because really, I mean, it is disclosures, so let's do that.
And I'm going to need to do that. So prefix is going to be disclosure.
And that's right.
I'd almost like an extra place here
Mm-hmm.
to type in, just whatever text I need.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I know that this is the most common,
Right.
but I know that somewhere down the line I'm going to need to use this to do something that isn't an exhibit.
Okay.
Or one of those four. So.
Prefix box. Hope you don't mind if I write
No,
while you're
no,
talking, because in 10 seconds it's gone.
Yeah. In the meantime, I will see if I've done this right. Yeah. I mean, I understand that, that's going to be 99.9% of what this is going to be used for. But I just know that there's always some. Well, oh, yes. Got to talking.
That's all right. No, I want you to talk. That's good.
I actually used this system earlier this week to make a table of contents for a binder of construction change orders.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very handy because.
This exact same system?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Yeah, my task was, we've got this huge, thick 3-inch binder full of change orders, and we need to do a table of contents for it. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I've got a program that I can just copy it into it, make it a table of contents, and that was all I needed was a table of contents that I could edit in.
Hey guys,
yeah.
Really quickly, can you use the back button and go back to that prefix and type in, because it actually is a combo box.
Oh, it is?
Sorry.
I made a note about it not being obvious that it was a type-in box.
Don't click on the triangle, just try typing.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you could just do that. Oh, okay.
Another thing that helps us with the software. See, it should be obvious. It should jump out and slap you in the face, and it didn't. So we'll fix that. It's on my list here.
Okay. Great.
I was going to tell them.
So this is disclosures. So.
Did we scroll through that yet?
No, we didn't. Let's see. We got Exhibit A. It's still Exhibit. So somehow I didn't do something right. Should be disclosures, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So somewhere. So I've got disclosures here, or disclosure. I've got disclosures there.
Right, where should you go?
Exhibit number.
We can still hear you, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, it's got to be up here someplace. Creates exhibits package. Disclosures.
File name, we're already there.
Yeah, but we want, so the prefix disclosure A, disclosure B, why is that saying exhibits, right? Shouldn't that say disclosures?
We think that may be a bug. We're going to run a similar test. Give me just a minute.
Okay. Woohoo, I broke it.
And that's what we want. Thank you.
Yeah, that's something that would drive me crazy if it was, 10 o'clock at night and I was
Oh, yeah.
like, I just have to do this one thing and get it to work.
You know something else we can do?
Mhm.
Since you basically completed all the tasks, I'm going to give you a bonus tutorial here.
Okay.
Let's go down a little bit here. And you'll notice you had the option to put in both cover letters before. We said,
Yes.
let's do two.
Mhm.
Let's see if we can find where that second cover letter is. Maybe can we get that out, or do we have to recompose all of this by taking the cover letter off? See if there is a way to take the cover letter out.
Let's see. No, that didn't. Oh, wait a minute, that does have an add cover letter. You cannot drop your cover. Doing so will add an exhibit. Okay. Cover at any time. Okay, yeah.
You see over here we have what
so
happens?
Okay, and it just goes
So
back.
basically we could start again. So
then I
we could do that.
Add cover and cover letter.
And now it says,
Use my cover only.
bam, you just solve that problem in seconds. Because if you've got a cover letter with all that in it, you might not want to have a separate table of contents like that stuck in there. When you've got a graceful one that's elegant, already has it in there. So it does allow you to go back and redo stuff too. As long as you leave this open, you still have the option to go back and manipulate anything any way you want to without having to open it all over again. Not that it's hard to do. I mean, you drop this in one, you drop that in the other, and bam, you've got a whole list of stuff ready to go. So it helps you avoid having to redo work, even though it's not hard work. But you don't have to. You can still go back and modify. And you can change all those options at the top and make another package if you want. And it's great for guys like me who just can't make up their mind what color they want stuff. I had a boss like that. And I'd do this, I'd work it all up, and he'd get it, and he'd go, this is great, but.
Yeah.
Before we had digital devices, that meant redoing everything by hand manually.
Yeah.
Thank God. Let me see if my crew has any questions or anything they want to ask about.
Okay.
Because basically you're 2 steps past finished here. You got the bonus round.
Hey, Warren, hold on for one
Oh.
second. I'm going to take over the mouse.
Sorry? I'm sorry, what was that?
Oh, I said hold on for just a second. I'm going to take over the mouse.
Oh, okay. I was stretching my legs, so I wasn't even.
So we think we've got that set.
But I'm gonna overhaul the interface for that. The interface will be a lot more clear.
All right, David's on his way in.
Okay.
All right, I'm.
If you guys are going to go do a session, I'll just finish up here. We're done basically, so thank you very much. And I'm going to give you a wee little thank you. Thank you very much. It's not a lot, but you know what? We just want to say thanks for helping.
Well, yeah,
Your
the
input's
software is
extremely valuable.
very useful for someone in my position.
Thank you.
You know, it's
Worked hard on it.
I've had to do this sort